Hello and welcome to the Rough Idea podcast. We're back with new hosts, new scheduling, and all the latest news on a range of topics. This week, gaming. I'm Yoshi.
I'm John.
And I'm Connor. I'm the newbie. Or one of them.
Okay, and I think we're going to dive straight into talking about the Switch, aren't we?
Yes.
That's
So-
new Nintendo.
So, yeah, new Nintendo Switch trailer announced, formerly the NX, was it?
Yes.
The NX, which is now the NS.
NS, sure, yeah. So, for those who haven't seen the trailer, it's basically you've got like a home console where you can detach parts of it and turn it into a portable console. What do you guys actually think of this as a whole?
So, to me, I feel like this is meant to be like a Nintendo home console, right? So like the NES and the GameCube and the Wii and the Wii U before it. And I don't think I'd ever use the fact that you can mobile it around. I mean, I say that now as not having been able to touch it at all yet, right?
I think I would within the house. Like, if I'm walking around my own home and I'm I'm going to go downstairs and make food, I might take it with me. But
sure, but
I wouldn't go out and about with it.
No.
No,
Also,
I think the portability thing with it is going to quite quickly become kind of irrelevant. Maybe it might be something that people sort of end up ignoring, a bit like the Wii U's portability or limited portability.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like a bit of a waste. I'd much rather have it slightly more powerful or cost less to,
I don't know,
you
like-
know.
I definitely
Have
think
more
it's
fun.
cool. Like the whole attachment thing and all of that, I quite like. But the thing that confuses me is like this is their newest home console. They aren't getting rid of their handhelds, are they?
Nope. And they're still going to push the 3DS and all that.
Yeah, are they competing against themselves here?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It's still like a home console thing, even though it is portable. But it's advertised as something a lot more casual, I guess, to a degree. So even if you want to do some hardcore gaming, quote unquote, you're still able to do that, but you're also able to, go somewhere else with it, and you can chill out with your friends, like in the trailer, and be like, "Whoa, I'm taking this to a party." I remember seeing a very
those
funny
sick rooftop parties that everyone has.
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture which was just
Oh my god.
the girl on the rooftop party. She goes with her Nintendo, and you just see everyone else talking behind her back, like, "Oh Jesus, Karen brought her fucking Nintendo thing
I
again."
saw that. But like, to be fair, like
Yeah.
I've actually had gaming parties before. Like,
Sure, but I don't
yeah.
know.
You don't just show up and meet up with friends and be like, "Hey, you know what would be great?
I
Play
just thought I was
Mario
gonna
Kart with me."
Yeah. Anyone? No?
Yeah.
No? Okay, well,
Honestly-
never mind then.
My overall opinion on the Switch, though, is that I'm just going to have to wait to see what games are on it more than anything, because
So the third party support looks really good.
I
at the
mean,
moment
it seems
does,
existent. It seems existent rather than non-existent,
But
which
the
has
thing
been
is-
a while coming.
And early on in the Wii U, though, very early on in its marketing, it had quite a lot of third parties looking to support it, but that died off, so I'm kind of skeptical to see if the same thing carries on.
Well, that was because it was apparently really difficult to develop for, right?
Yeah, so we can just hope that Nintendo have learned from their mistakes on that.
Yeah, it looks like, well, they've at least offered now, you can just play this as, here's a screen, here's a controller, go.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited for the possibility of peripherals. Surprisingly, like
Yeah.
I've seen lots of different mock-ups of stuff where it's like you slide one side off and then you put in another one, and it's like almost a different controller. Like for Yokai Watch, they had like a mod where it was like a spinner kind of thing on the side. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Yokai Watch, but I'm sure that would make it a lot more sweet.
I know the one that I saw was talking about Pokemon Snap, and they were
Yeah,
talking about
absolutely.
having a camera attachment.
I can see that
Absolutely.
being pretty cool.
That would make sense as well. It does actually seem to add up, and it makes sense with the name Switch. Like, that
Yep.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Switch up your gameplay.
making it a sort of more modular way.
Yeah. March next year is the release date
That's
for
early.
it, so,
That's really early.
yeah.
Yeah, well, they've been working on it for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. When was the NX first announced? Jesus.
I mean, it was leaked first, technically, wasn't it? This was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, then it was
Quite soon after the Wii U coming out. Bless it.
Oh god, poor
Poor
Wii
Wii
U.
U.
It was. I mean, with Nintendo, it always comes, for me at least, it always comes down to the first-party games, though, because the third-party
Yeah.
support will probably be limited, as it has been with the Wii U and a little bit of the Wii.
And their first-party games are just really big and really good most
Yeah.
of the time. Like,
Most of the time.
there's,
Rest in peace, Paper Mario.
but there's
And
basically never. I was about to say there's not really been a bad Mario game, but well.
Yeah. But, as
Rest
well,
in peace, Paper Mario.
Game Freak have already announced that there's going to be a Pokemon game on the Switch.
Oh.
They've said
that's
there's
big.
going to be Pokemon on the Switch.
I mean, so is
That's
it going to be
very
like
big.
Pokemon Stadium, or is
I
it going to
don't
be
know.
like Pokemon Snap, or?
I mean, lots
what?
of people want a Pokemon Snap too. A lot
So
of
it's-
people.
It's Game Freak who have announced that.
Yeah, Game Freak have said there's going to be Pokemon on the Switch. They
Game
haven't said
Freak-
anything details.
Game Freak haven't done the console Pokemon games.
No.
Never.
So that's actually a really big deal. That means it's more like a traditional Pokemon game,
Well,
presumably.
Potentially.
I don't think. No. I think I remember hearing somewhere that they would never do like a traditional Pokemon game on a platform like a home console, because they
No,
always.
because it's like the heart of it is going out and meeting people and...
Yeah.
But the point
That
is
sort
you
of thing.
can do that with the Switch.
yes.
Yeah,
You could.
which
Well, yes.
is
that's fair.
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I'd like that.
So the other thing I'm worried about here is that they haven't announced a price yet.
No, a lot of people are saying it's likely to be around the $300 area.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is in our money.
£350 now.
About the same, yeah.
Yeah.
No, people are saying $300 to $350. Apparently, it was initially put online on a Tesco site around $350. Oh, sorry,
Doesn't
around
surprise me.
£350 originally. But
Yeah.
it was removed and was considered a placeholder that also had a release date of the 31st of December.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously that one's a bit shaky. Odds are it's between $300 and $350. That's still a hell of a lot more than, like, the DS, the Wii. It's about the same as where the Wii U was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think slightly more than the Wii U actually. I think the Wii U was like 280 to 300, right?
Pounds or dollars?
Pounds.
Yeah, I think so, which is about $350, right?
I think it falls somewhere around there.
Yeah. I was going to say about the marketing is one of the things that I'm really curious to see, because that is what I think killed the Wii U, is the bad marketing for it.
That and the fact there was like no games on it for ages.
Well, sure, but I mean, like, so one of the things that really bothered me is when it came out, they were like, or when they first announced it, they were like, look at this amazing new controller. Here's our controller. Look at this, like, fantastic controller. You can do all these things with our new Wii U gamepad. Oh, by the way, each one is £100.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I don't think they ever really said as well, like, this is a completely new console, guys. It's not just the controller, because I'm sure a lot of like
Yeah.
plebs, quote unquote, thought it was just some weird, stupid controller, and
Well, the
They
thing
also
with the
never
screen on
announced-
it is the console. The
Yeah.
dock thing is just for. They've said the dock thing is maybe for extra processing and
Yeah.
for output to screens. That's all it's for.
Well, the other thing is they never announced the fact that the console came with a gamepad. And you
No.
generally only
With the
need
Wii U,
one.
loads of people thought that it was a Wii add-on.
No,
which
they
is-
never mentioned
Well, yeah,
that
exactly.
you could use Wii
Yeah.
remotes. They never mentioned that you could use Wii remotes on the other end of that. So
I mean,
you had-
and if they did mention it as an aside, I mean, this says a lot. I think that says a lot to the marketing that
yeah,
we don't remember that, and we are the people who give a shit.
like it was really badly marketed, and it really, really annoyed me because I do think it was a good console. That
Oh
just
yeah, it
ended
was a
up
pretty
having
good console.
no games and no support. And I wonder how much the no games came from the fact that it wasn't popular because they marketed it badly, so nobody wanted to bother making for it.
I mean, we got Bayonetta 2.
Oh, Bayonetta 2 was so good,
It was
And then we
good.
got Bayonetta and Smash as a result.
which I'm super happy about. Although, I mean,
I'm happy about,
balance
but I hate
aside,
fighting her.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's oh jeez.
she's good.
So the games they've shown for the Switch, they showed Breath of the Wild, the Zelda. They showed a Mario game, Skyrim, like an NBA game.
Splatoon 2. it looked like.
The
Splatoon.
Something Splatoon.
I love the
Something
Splatoon in the
Splatoon.
trailer.
Oh yeah, we're esports now, motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't really.
Because the whole thing is, like, Nintendo were like, oh yeah, we don't want esports with Smash Bros. We don't really like the fact that people are, like, doing all these competitive Smash Bros. Things. So we're going to make a game that is designed to be competitive. Here's Splatoon. And now they're like, fucking, like, a year or two, or however long it's been that Splatoon's out. Like, a couple of years now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been 2 or 3.
Like, a few years down the line, they're like, hey guys, we still want this to be an esport. Hey look, it's a real esport, I promise.
Guys, seriously, we're an esport.
Well,
Yeah.
the music.
I mean, I love the game.
Splatoon is it was at Evo like a year or two back.
Oh my god.
Was it?
It was at a
Yeah.
fighting game convention.
It appeals to all the same people that played Smash. That's the thing. That is
Yeah.
what it was designed to do.
Sure, but it's not the same. Like, I don't see. I mean, there'll be appeal, sure, but I would much rather be watching Smash than watching Splatoon. Right? If there's any overlap, I would much prefer probably to watch any other fighting game. And I love Splatoon. I played that game a lot.
See,
a
I never
lot.
owned the Wii U, so I haven't played Splatoon. I just play.
It's really fun.
All I do with the Wii U is play Smash on my friend's Wii U.
I played Splatoon briefly, but I fucking suck at shooters.
Oh, I'm not very good at it.
So I mean, with Splatoon is actually quite nice because you had the gyroscope in the remote, which helped a lot for people who weren't traditionally good at shooters.
No, I played it for a while and I was so bad.
Really well. you're a level above that then.
I'm terrible at shooters. Like, I cannot
Beyond
even put
bad.
it into words. But yeah, like, they've got a lot of third-party support, and one of the ones that really stood out was the developer of Dark Souls.
Yeah, FromSoft.
From Software.
Yeah.
FromSoft was interesting. Same with Arc System Works. That's Guilty Gear.
Yeah, well, ARGs have done some, like, very light-hearted games as well, so I can understand that one. I can't remember what the game's called, but they've got, like, the one that's basically their introduction to fighting games.
I'm not sure because both Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue are their two main ones, and
it's
they're
neither of
really
those.
complex.
And it's not Persona 4 Arena either.
Was it Tatsunoko versus Capcom?
No, that's Capcom, unsurprisingly. Who
I
made
thought
that.
they had someone else do that one.
It's crazy.
No, ARGs had like a beginner's fighting game, basically. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like basically Magical Girl fighting game. And it's very, very like beginner friendly, very light-hearted. Kind of a few like innuendos and stuff, but as you
They'd
expect from
developed for
ARGs.
Nintendo before.
Yeah,
there was Dragon Ball Z Extreme Butoden for DS.
Wow.
Where they put a traditional 2D Dragon Ball fighting game on the 3DS. It's pretty decent,
Fair enough.
actually.
Nice.
Neat.
My biggest concern with the Switch, by the way, is battery life.
Yeah.
How's that going to pan out?
So
'Cause the rumours I've heard, and these are just rumours, so buckets of salt, is about 3 hours.
yeah,
which
that's
is
the same thing I've
horrendous.
heard.
Yeah, that's
That-
not
and-
real. That's not okay.
No,
Like,
the PSP was way more than that, and it was a joke for its battery life.
Yeah.
the Vita, on the other hand, actually had extremely good battery life. I wanna point
Yeah, but the
that out.
difference is with the Vita, nobody bought it.
The
I
Vita
have
was
one.
so good, and like the Wii U, just like the Wii U,
Yeah.
it was such a good console, and it just never got there.
Yeah,
Rip Vita.
it had a good run, of like 4 good games, but then it died.
4?
horribly.
4? That
Yeah,
many?
yeah, I know, right?
I thought there were 2.
I mean, there's Persona 4 Golden, and I can't
Oh,
remember.
that doesn't count.
Oh,
That's a remake.
Gravity Rush, Tearaway,
Those were the 2 I meant.
and there's 1 or 2 others which I can't remember.
And that's
Oh,
it.
the game that came out on Wii as well, Muramasa. That's the one. They had a remaster of that, and it was incredible.
The remakes count.
Almost. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
Hey, I'll count Final Fantasy Tactics as a PSP game.
Yeah, there we go. War of the Lions. There
It
we
was
go.
the first time it was released over here. PSP had some good games, right? Dissidia as well. Like. It
Oh
had
yeah, I
some
like
options.
Dissidia.
Yep.
I like the PSP, to be honest.
But the Vita didn't. The Vita had like nothing. On the Switch, quickly, just the last thing that I can really think to mention as well, it's cartridge based.
Yeah, and people seem
Fine.
to people were surprised that it wouldn't have backwards compatibility with the Wii U.
I know,
and
right?
I'm not sure how.
Like,
it's cartridge based. How did you think it would work?
well, also, like, they've already confirmed that the second screen isn't going to function like the Wii U gamepad. So, if they're saying that now, odds are they're not planning to do backwards compatibility with the Wii U that kind of relies on that touchscreen gamepad. Like, that seems obvious to me. I don't know. But yeah, like, they'll probably end up doing some virtual console stuff again.
Probably, yeah. Maybe throw in some Wii stuff.
I was going to say, odds are they'll have some Wii stuff on there, and you can either use the Wii remote, or they'll add an attachment for the Switch.
There'll probably be a port of Smash 4.
Yeah, I could see that.
Smash 5, calling it. It'll be the launch title, Smash 4, for 5 rather.
I would be so angry, because Smash 4 is in a really good place right now.
It's a really good game.
I would not like a Smash 5 now. Let Smash 4 actually have its run.
Let's have its chance in the limelight.
Right.
Yeah.
So, moving on to a topic that I know very little about. The other big announcement over the last week or two was Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yep.
The game that's better than Grand Theft Auto.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I mean...
Red Dead Redemption 2 is still the worst name.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so I'm fine with it. I mean, if you've played Red Dead Redemption, you know the ending.
I'm aware of the ending.
The ending is fairly conclusive.
Oh, yeah.
So as long as it's an actual continuation of the story of Red Dead Redemption, then the name is fine, in my opinion.
If it's a prequel...
yeah.
I mean, if it's a prequel, then I dislike the name, though, because I don't think prequels should be... I mean, again, I think it's stupid. But if it is a continuation of the story, maybe if it has flashes back to, whatever, then fine, but...
Well, part of me almost wonders if it's like a filler name, if it's just being called Red Dead Redemption 2, and then eventually they'll go, oh, actually, it's a prequel, and here's the name, like the official name of the game.
I
like
don't
the
think they'll do that. They've been running adverts already for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, really?
And it
wow.
specifically says,
I mean, they
it's
changed
been on
Final
YouTube
Fantasy 15's name.
Well, I mean, that doesn't really count, come on.
Final Fantasy
it was Versus
13.
13.
I really want to like Final Fantasy now, and I just can't.
Apparently, so there've been a lot of preview builds for Final Fantasy 15, and apparently people have really dug it.
Yeah.
It plays pretty well. I played the Platinum demo. It works quite well.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It looks like a good game if you love Kingdom Hearts. I don't like Kingdom Hearts that much. So I liked Final Fantasy.
My problem with Kingdom Hearts is it has relatively solid gameplay, but everything about it is so mind-numbingly cringeworthy.
Yeah.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts is a game for kids, and I think people who think not, then they're kidding with themselves.
The thing that pisses me off with Kingdom Hearts is that they put in Final Fantasy characters, except then he can't write the Final Fantasy characters that he didn't create, and so he just butchers it.
To be honest, quite often Square can't write Final Fantasy characters in general.
Yeah, I hate Tetsuya Nomura as a writer, and there's a reason I'm so disillusioned with
Advent Children Cloud.
Oh my god.
Truly the best Cloud.
He wanted
it was a good design,
Vincent in Kingdom Hearts, and they wouldn't let him because he had too many FF characters, so he just dressed up Cloud as Vincent.
Yep.
Oh, it annoys me so much.
If nothing else, I like Advent Children Cloud's design.
Yeah.
The character design's solid.
Character.
It's just everything else about him.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So
we completely detoured from the Red Dead stuff here.
Yes, we did.
So Red Dead Redemption was a phenomenal game, and in my opinion, it was way better than Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 personally. But you can make the argument either way with 5 and 4 or 5 and Redemption. Like atmospherically, I absolutely loved that game, and I really, really got into it when I was playing it. I was a cool ass cowboy, and I was wrangling horses, and I was getting my Mustang horses, and it was a blast. So I'm super happy about this.
In a weird way,
this is amazing for me
because I've seen quite a lot of Red Dead Redemption, even if I've not played it, and in a weird way, from watching it, it almost seems like the kind of game that the new Fallouts want to be.
Yeah.
I think you could argue that either way. I mean, the new Fallouts are the RPG lighter. They're still kind of RPG-ish. I mean, that's a whole other bag of dicks.
Grumble, move on.
Yeah. Red Dead is... It's much more about the cowboy aesthetic. Because it is about cowboys. And
there aren't enough good
Fallout...
Wild West games.
I think there's some. What was that one? Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Call of Juarez Gunslinger specifically was a phenomenal cowboy game.
But there aren't actually that many, it seems.
I mean, I think
there was a while with it.
I think there was a point in the past where there were quite a lot of them, and it just completely saturated it, and now they're starting to build up again.
Yeah. The Red Dead Redemption was fantastic. Like, it gets me excited in a way that Grand Theft Auto can't, because I think Red Dead did open world right, in the fact that it's this really sweet sort of, Wild West world, and what a lot of open world games try and do is there's a lot of shit for you to do. There's a lot of stupid, inane side quests which are boring as fuck, and you don't really want to do, but because you're a completionist, you're like, oh shit, I should probably, fucking go on this taxi and do stupid taxi missions for 2 hours. But in Red Dead, there was a lot of stuff to do and a lot of random events which felt organic and just sweet. But a lot of the time, you were just a cowboy, and you were just riding in the Wild West. And you were on your horse, just riding along this sort of open field, and you see the sun rising or falling in the distance, and you get this perfect sort of cinematic look of you, the Lone Ranger, riding along, and that really felt like a cowboy.
I feel like I have to clarify here, half of what I've seen of Red Dead is the Zombie Nightmare version thing.
Zombie Nightmare 1 is also very good. They were like, hey, that Red Dead game we have? Let's make it, just take the piss out of itself. And let's take the piss out of all other zombie games while we're doing it.
When you're talking about riding around on a horse, I'm like, yeah, I remember that. It was skeletal.
Again, that's the kind of expansion pack shit that I love as well, which Rockstar is super good at. Being able to, basically take the piss out of your own game, and then be able to go further with that and taking this out of other genres. Awesome.
Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon is another example of that. The Neon Wars and stuff.
I was going to say, if Rockstar are good at anything, it's taking the piss out of things.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? I asked for what I want one thing from Red Dead 2. Well, Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead 3, whatever. And that's armadillo helmets.
Yes, please.
What?
Because if Red Dead Redemption was missing anything, it was being able to make a hat out of an armadillo.
Yep, I agree. Or just armadillo armor. I love more just customizable options, because in Red Dead you had different outfits, but there weren't... I think there was some. There's maybe 20. Which I'd really love just more of that. Or maybe even proper customization. You need more ways to make yourself
look like a twat.
Exactly. Oh, the poncho, though. The Mexican poncho was the best part about that game. Also, I think Red Dead has to have a lot more... I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the online, because it was Red Dead Redemption that really... It basically created what Grand Theft Auto 5 Online is now. This huge, sprawling world with persistent characters. Obviously, it was very early stages on Red Dead Redemption. It was still incredible. You could join up in heists and gangs, and then you could just go and do, missions where you raid... carriages, and then you can meet up with other people online and have gang wars and stuff. That was awesome. All of that stuff was just incredible. And taking now what they've learned from Grand Theft Auto 5, with all the more heists and all that crazy stuff, I want to do Wild West bank heists. I want to do train robberies, more so than there were in the original game. I want to do really sweet stuff like that. If they make it a much, better online sandbox, I'm totally into that. I think that'd be super sweet. And it's a game I'm very much looking forward to. I hope it's good. Also, I hope it's on PC. Just because... I mean, I'd like it at release.
It won't be.
Probably not gonna happen.
They've straight up said it won't be at launch, right?
I'm not sure.
Or, more actually,
maybe.
When they announced it, they announced it for...
Did they specifically say,
For PS4 and...
Yeah.
Xbox.
Are we talking GTA 5 here?
No. Well, I mean...
Fucking forever.
Yeah. 2-3 years. And Grand Theft Auto 5 still sells incredibly well on PC. So I don't see why they wait so long. Because there's people on the PC who really want to play that game.
PC is a huge market.
Yeah. Like Dark Souls. Dark Souls was a huge thing. It was console only. And then PC players were like, hey, your dog, we'd like that shit.
Street
And they're
Fighter.
like, all right.
And then
yeah,
they're like,
same
we'll
as Street
try.
Fighter. And then
To be fair, with
it
Street
was the
Fighter,
best
they
selling game.
tried and they fucking failed. The PC port was horrendous at first.
But same with Dark Souls.
Dark Souls,
Oh, okay,
the port
fair.
was awful. There's basically one modder who fixed Dark Souls.
And it was in like an
funny.
hour.
Yeah.
It was fucking ridiculous how fast that game was fixed. And
Yeah.
now even FromSoft just say, yeah, you use DS fix.
Mm-hmm. And we respect him for it.
Wow.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Sometimes you gotta respect that sort of barefaced honesty from a developer. It's like, yeah, we fucked up.
Oh yeah, I think that's great. When the developers are actually happy to go, yeah, no, this was a mistake. We shouldn't have done this.
yep.
Um,
But yeah, Red Dead 2 looks Red Dead Redemption 2.
yeah.
High hopes. I hope they don't fuck it up.
Yeah, high
So-
hopes but skepticism.
I mean, I'm very skeptical when it comes to new releases anyway. But hey,
That's why I say never pre-order.
I mean,
Well,
90%
nearly
of the time
never.
don't pre-order. 90%,
Unless it's limited quantities.
which is very hard with online games.
Yeah, with digital distribution, that's tough.
Yeah.
But stuff
was
like
the
the Final
thing-
Fantasy 15 limited edition stuff, where it's
What was
sold
the
out
thing
in like
recently
5
where
minutes.
people got dicked over by pre-orders though?
Lots of games.
There was there was one really recently though where people got dicked over if they didn't pre-order. Where,
Oh,
like, the pre-order stock ended up being like half what they expected or something, like around the
I don't
country.
Oh,
And
I
so-
can't remember.
Like I can't remember what game it was.
You're
but, like,
reminding
the
me of
stock ended
Amiibo,
up-
but I can't remember what you're on about.
Makes sense, yeah. Everything Nintendo for the last decade, except for the Wii U.
They're like, guys, we have Wii U still, you know? If anyone wants to
It's
buy
like,
those, still in
we got more
stock.
than enough stock for the Wii U. We can't sell out. No, we literally can't sell out.
Yeah.
We'd love to sell out.
As a side note, I was looking at the console sales chart,
Oh no.
and last month, one Xbox 360 was bought in Japan. Just one.
Nice.
That's one guy was like, I'll get a 360, whatever.
Like, Microsoft in Japan is already really funny to look at because they're just so
I mean,
bad.
The Xbox One sold like a few hundred, so
It's like everyone is PlayStation in Japan, it seems.
I mean,
Or Nintendo. Yeah.
Or
It's the
Nintendo.
it's the two home companies for them.
Or they just say fuck it and go to arcades.
I mean, all that, yes.
Because that's a thing in Japan still, apparently.
Jealous.
I'm jealous.
Same.
I'm jealous. Yeah, well.
Right. So, I'm going to briefly touch on the topic that I was going to rant about for a bit, which was the League of Legends Worlds.
Yeah, and I'll just check the fuck out.
I'm not going to go into much detail anyway, because, like, I'm not up to date on it. I haven't watched the semi-finals yet. I'm, like, partway through the first one. But basically, if you have ever had any interest in League, I seriously recommend watching some of the Albus Nox Luna games, because they are fucking amazing. They're ridiculous. They're a Russian team who got in as the wild card because they're like, they weren't actually performing that well or whatever. They're like a Russian team from the middle of nowhere. But then they just showed up to their groups and just like started crushing really good teams. Playing as like Brandon and Nivea. And it was super cool to watch. Like, they were just really weird. Also, having a European team finally do well in H2K is a fucking novelty. US scrubbed out as usual. They got one to the quarterfinals, who lost immediately 3-0. Whoops.
Excellent.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. And I'm about to watch a game that has a double ADC bot lane, which is going to be fucking hilarious, and I'm going to love it. So, for those who
That's
don't know,
AD carry or marksman.
I was going to say, yeah, for those who don't know League, it's basically an aggressive character. Bottom lane is meant to be an aggressive character and a, like, supporting role. And this is just like, nah, we'll just have two aggressive ones, why not?
Just fight all
this-
the time.
Was this the Misfortune game?
Misfortune and Ash, yes. I haven't actually watched the game yet, so I know nothing else about it, other than apparently it's a really cool game to watch.
Fair enough.
And that's about all I want to say about League, to be honest.
It's still a video game.
Yeah, League still exists. I'll probably be rambling about some stuff in a couple of weeks if I'm on the gaming one, with the finals being this weekend.
Fair enough.
John, you mentioned Overwatchy stuff.
Yes, so right now Overwatch has a Halloween event going. It's been going on for about a week now, and it'll be finishing around November 1st. If you have Overwatch and you haven't played it, I really recommend it because they've added a lot of stuff. So they've added limited edition skins, which you can actually buy. So their first big event was the Summer Games event, and it was pretty cool. You know, there were limited edition skins and items and taunts and whatever. But the problem with it is that you couldn't buy those skins or sprays or whatever with the in-game currency that you can make.
Yeah,
and this is a huge, it was a huge criticism of Blizzard, and they've since apologized about that. Because the only way, if you really wanted an item, so let's say you wanted a skin for Widowmaker, the French-looking skin for Widowmaker, the only way you could guarantee, quote-unquote, getting that skin is to mass buy boxes with real money, because there was no other way of getting it. So people basically were like, you're forcing me to spend an exorbitant amount of money to get what I want. That's not cool. And then they listened to that feedback. So in this Halloween patch, also these items are still super restricted. The only way of getting them is opening boxes during the Halloween event. You can now buy all the Halloween items with currency, which is exactly what people want.
In-game currency, might I add.
Yes.
Not
exactly.
just real money. That's a real...
I mean, you could still buy a lot of chests, but, that's still viable if you want a lot of items.
I don't like that system anyway.
I hate the
boxes.
I hate games that do.
I absolutely love it. Because you could still work, so you're still working towards stuff that you want by getting duplicates and by getting actual drops. So it's not, I don't feel like it's unfair. And it's kind of nice pot of luck feeling because it feels very nice to almost pseudo gamble with it, because you get lots of cool potential stuff and you get stuff that you maybe didn't want. It's like opening packs.
Is there a
nobody wants to
system?
craft? No,
there is no way to trade between players.
See, that's the thing with me. Like, I only really like that sort of thing if you're like, so take Hearthstone as the example where you can create cards and everything, but like some cards are just straight up much better than others.
Oh yeah, there are some cards that are just straight up bad as well.
Even at the same rarity. Like, there are some legendaries that are absolute shite, and there are some legendaries that are ridiculous and everyone wants them.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're the same value, like if you open a duplicate of one and want to get the shit one just for a collection, you can't do that. You can't go, okay, I'll trade that with someone or whatever. Like, that kind of annoys me a lot of the time, but it's like a minor thing, I guess.
I think that's part of the beast. But the thing is with the skins in Overwatch, firstly, all the items are completely cosmetic, which is something that is an important differentiation. All of this stuff is cosmetic and doesn't change your gameplay in the slightest.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's not like in League when you have runes or something like that.
Hearthstone,
this is Hearthstone, which is, you get cards randomly, which have completely different power levels. This is all cosmetic, which is very, very important.
However, it still does create a feeling of sort of they have and I don't. It creates a grass is greener sort of attitude.
But that's just the marketing, right?
Yeah, in a sense. I mean, I do at least appreciate that Overwatch isn't particularly pushy with selling boxes.
Not at all.
The store is just sort of there. It doesn't flash at you constantly, or it isn't a massive button in the middle of the screen. But to me, there's just this big feeling of it kind of feels in a way that it's geared. Well, of course, it's geared to try and make you buy boxes. That's part of how they want to make money. They're a company, of course. But I don't know. To me, it just generally doesn't feel particularly consumer friendly in a lot of ways. I mean, you could say, "Oh yeah, it's like a lucky box. You get what you want. Well, you get stuff. You might get what you want. You might get some other cool stuff. But if you're aiming for something particular, you either have to go through swathes of crap you don't want, or
I always kind of try and equate time and money with things like that. And if you're putting in, like, if the amount of time you can put in to get the in-game currency is worth less than the amount of money you'd have to put in to get what you want, then that's pretty ridiculous.
Well, I mean, talking about this whole sort of earning items which you want, quote unquote. So originally they weren't actually going to have the store at all. So in the original incarnations of the Overwatch loot system, firstly, there was no way you could buy items at all. You just opened chests and you still got the Overwatch in-game currency. But then people started complaining, like, look, if I want some items, I want more cosmetic items, can I just buy them? And initially Blizzard were like, no, I mean, this is just cosmetics, why do you care? And then people kept pushing. And then they put in you can buy chests with that. But to me, it's about earning and working. Because in previous iterations as well of choosing to get items. So, the old system, the original system they prototyped was you basically leveled up characters, quote unquote. But they found in playing, naturally, obviously people would have favorite characters, right? But because they focused the game so much on, it's a team game, we want everyone to be able to change heroes for compositions and stuff, which is part of the reason they're charging for heroes.
Right.
They found people, I've nearly got my next Bastion unlock, I only need to play 1 or 2 more games, I'm just going to stay Bastion, and I don't give a shit what everyone else plays. And it created a really toxic way of item getting. So I think the solution they've gone with is the best possible way of sorting that out. Because that way you're never discouraged playing different characters. Because another thing they had was the daily quests, like they have in HOTS and Hearthstone. But again, it created that disparity of people being like, well, I just need 2 wins as Bastion, shrug. So I'm going to keep playing Bastion even though the team really needs a healer. This system discourages that. Like, this system is play to fit the team. Sure, you can, most of the time play what you want, but sometimes if you need to play, this team doesn't have a healer and I'm the last one to pick, I can play Mercy. That doesn't stop you from getting your cool Bastion skins.
I think the point is that you can buy specific skins in the store with the in-game currency.
You only buy boxes. Well, the in-game currency, yes, you can buy specific skins.
Right, that's what I mean. That's the problem. The fact that you can only get them with the in-game currency. If you want to buy with real money, you have to buy just the boxes. You cannot buy something specific.
Yeah, you have to gamble, essentially.
Yeah. Like, put it this way, if I've already got, 3 Reaper skins or whatever the fuck, and nothing for anyone else, and I'm like, damn, I kind of want one for someone else, I can't do that. I can't choose to do that.
Sure, but that way is partially helped with the fact that getting duplicates of stuff they are immediately crammed down into in-game currency. But I can see that. There's Pharah skins which I wanted deeply, but I got the different color version of the Pharah skin I wanted, and I'd much rather be able to swap it, or at least be like, I really like Pharah, I'm gonna buy that skin and not care.
That's the thing, and it works out for them still, because that way you can then, okay, well, I'm just gonna buy this skin, and it's more expensive than if I bought a chest, but
yeah,
I get exactly what I want as opposed to this lucky dip. But if I don't care what I want and I just want more stuff, then I can just get more of the chests.
Yeah, that's fair. That actually links up to the Halloween event. Back to the Halloween event really quickly. Because what they've done is, this is meant to be rare and exclusive items, these Halloween sprays and skins and stuff, and they've had, so you can buy these items with Overwatch currency, but they cost a premium. So normally a spray costs you, I think, 25 Overwatch money. The sprays now, the Halloween specific sprays cost 75. And I think that's a very fair way of doing it. I mean, it's annoying because it's, it costs more. Oh my god, Liz, why? But the reason for that is they're meant to be exclusive and they're meant to feel special for the people who played during the event.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
That's why I'm very happy with it being like that. So, I, for example, have saved up I have 3,000 Overwatch credits because there's nothing I want to buy. Now is my time, so I can buy, the Witch Mercy skin now.
That everyone's drooling over.
Please tell me you're buying the, Pumpkin Reaper.
Nah. So I kind of want to.
Spooky, scary Reaper.
I want the highlight. I don't have the highlight intro yet, but it's one of the things I want. Because it's like you see this coffin which is shaking, and then he sort of kicks it down, and he does a cool step, which is sweet. But people have made edits where you sort of as the coffin's shaking, you hear the "somebody once told," and then he bursts down the door like in the start of Shrek, and it's perfect.
See, the one that I remember seeing was Play of the Game, and it was like Reaper doing that, and then it was just a dancing pumpkin dude.
Yeah, a lot of that as well.
Oh yeah, there's so many memes spawned from the Halloween event.
Yep, and I'm fine with that. Also, there's a PvE mode, so actual game content, which is pretty fantastic. It's a horde mode similar to Man vs. Machine. It's less complex than that. It's just you're defending a door. You get 4 characters to choose from, which are Anna, McCree, Soldier 76, and Hanzo. And you play against an army of Zomniks, i.e. zombie Omnics puns. Yep. Then they have a certain like heroic enemies spawn, which are the Halloween characters in their Halloween skins. So you fight against Witch Mercy, Dr. Junkenstein's monster. Junkrat's skin is Dr. Junkenstein, by the way, because Halloween,
of course.
And the Reaper one. They're the big sort of legendary Halloween skins, and they're using in this, and it's turned out really well. The game mode itself is fun. It's quick. It's not too complex. And it's kind of nice.
A lot of people were expecting Sombra to be released around Halloween.
No, Sombra is a whole other bag of dicks.
Oh, that's a completely different debate.
Yeah, it's something that I actually kind of want to talk about as well. If you haven't heard, Sombra is the new character of Overwatch, which has been thrown around a lot, and people are saying, oh, it's going to be Sombra's next character, and there's been an ARG ongoing.
Oh yeah, it's one that's potentially gone on for a bit long now.
Yeah, so this is the crux of the matter. So the first Sombra was sort of started getting real tweaks, leaks and teases and all that. And then sort of the start of the ARG was about 4 months ago. People were super happy, and we enjoyed all the fun stuff. And then people eventually they did all their puzzle solving and number crunching and translating and whatever. And they got to a website with a countdown, and after a day, they were like, okay, cool, so this countdown will be done in 3 months. Which, to me, is already way too far if they're teasing something, especially like a new character.
They need to take advice from Edmund McMillan on how to do ARGs with Binding of Isaac.
Yeah,
they need to do stuff during those 3 months. It can't just be 3 months to sit around, do nothing, wait.
Yep, which is exactly what it was. So, 3 months pass, with no other new clues or anything, and people waiting, in 1 hour, the ARG is going to end, someone's going to be released, it lines up nicely with the Halloween event, which is perfect, and then that happened, and the Halloween event started, though, like a little bit before, and then the timer ended, and people were like, okay, cool, it's ended! What's changed? And for about 2 days, people were like, literally nothing has happened. It says something about Bastion, and the ARG has been resumed. So now, there's cool little things like Bastion, near certain consoles, his light flicks up, which is Morse code, I think. And that Morse code translated to another website, and now people are kind of stuck on the ARG, finding through different websites and logins and stuff, and while this ARG teasing thing has been super cool, and like, we get to see the characters leak aside of what she looks like.
To be honest, though, the leak is still not confirmed.
No, because the leak was talking about Sombra and the Halloween event.
I have this nice little feeling that the leak could have been released by Blizzard.
I mean, that's very, very likely.
And I want it to happen.
Likely.
I want it to be true.
It is something that could have happened. Whether it did, I have no idea, but there we go.
The ARG stuff sounds really, really cool, except for the part where it stopped for 3 months for no reason.
That was the problem, because people were so hyped, and then they're like, okay guys, wait 3 months. And they're like, what? We're so excited, and now you're just killing all of that hype? What are you doing?
No, you get nothing.
Yeah, and now it's sort of started up again, and I mean, people always thought she was going to be released around BlizzCon, which is happening November sometime. And it's just, I mean, that looks like it's the case right now.
That would make sense, I guess, yeah.
But I mean, it's just teased, thinking it was going to be before BlizzCon, and it's just, they've done it really badly, in my opinion.
I always hate it when, I'm going to say games, but a lot of things do it, where, like, something is teased, and they're like, they tease something really good, and then they're like, it was only a joke, we're going to do something different, and we're going to do this good thing instead. And it's like, people don't seem to realise, like, that's a bad idea. You've just teased something we want and then gone, ha, only joking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think currently the gold standard for ARGs in games, personally, is Edmund Macmillan. Because pretty much every Binding of Isaac expansion has had one, and it's always been great. Well, the original did as well, not even an expansion, I believe.
Yeah.
I think just standard Binding of Isaac had one. For like a secret character or something in each one.
Yeah.
And
Valve's one was actually not bad either. For the release of Portal 2. Where people collected certain items within certain other games, like indie games. So it was promoting indie games, and like other sort of lesser known releases. By doing certain events in it, you get potatoes. And the more potatoes you got, it would fill up this progress meter on Portal 2's website, and it ended up releasing Portal 2 a day early, which was cool. You know, I think that's
that was cool. Oh, another one I've remembered is have either of you heard of the iSigil ARG?
No.
No, it's a very interesting one because this one's one that seems to be a collaboration by like a bunch of different indie developers, and they're hiding this sigil in their games, and each sigil is sort of indicating that there's a challenge in the room where the sigil is, and if you do that, it's creating these pieces of a map, and loads of people on the Game Detective subreddit are like trying to combine this map and figure out what's going on and what it's leading to and things, and it's just really cool because of how like wide spanning it is now, because there's games like there's QWOP, there's Crypt of the Necrodancer, Read Only Memories, I'm trying to remember some more of them, but there's all these different ones, and it's been going on for ages now, and there's people with like mass conspiracy theories going on and shit. It's really crazy.
That's really cool though, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I might have to look into that actually. That sounds really cool. I love the ARG sort of stuff, but I can imagine it must be so hard to do.
Oh yeah, I do love this sort of thing.
But like, I remember one of our friends a while back actually at uni was talking about a couple of like ARG style games that he's played and stuff, and like one of them you could go in for like different settings, and you had to apply, like you had to submit an application. You had to have been playing for like a year and then submit an application for the highest setting. And if you did that, you would literally have like vans turning up at your house. You would have like people stopping you in real life as part of the game and things like that.
That's cool.
And like, it's the craziest thing to read about, because he was saying like some of the stories of people who have done this mode. He was like, every interaction could be part of the game. He was like, they might contact somebody who knows you and get them to tell you something. And like,
that's cool.
Things like that.
I'm always into that kind of stuff.
Cool. So, I'm guessing that's about it for Overwatch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
ARG and Halloween event.
So we've got about 10 minutes left, and the other big thing that we kind of have to talk about is the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo.
Yes, which I've been playing through.
Yeah.
So,
been fun.
So Nick called it Pokemon Sumo, and I think me and Connor started referring to it as Pokemon S&M. I don't know if we're going with any of these, but like,
let's go with S&M. Sod it.
Sumo.
But yeah, Sumo. I've been playing it. Initial impressions are very good, actually. I'm quite liking that this seems to be the quality of life game, where they're changing a lot of things that were sort of niggling beforehand. Like, HM moves are gone now. There's no such thing as HMs anymore. They're replaced by riding, like, instead of a bike, for example, as well. I think it's just a bike. And instead of Rock Smash, you now ride on a Tauros. And instead of Fly, you now hitch a ride on a Charizard.
I never even really thought about that.
And instead of Surf, you just grab a Sharpedo, seemingly.
So the Pokemon can just do these things anyway, and it doesn't matter.
Why is it is it Sharpedo and not Lapras? Come on!
It might be,
I don't know, but
it might just depend on what you've got. as well?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it was just a demo. There's stuff like now there's indicators on moves to show you which ones are super effective and which ones are not effective.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen immediately, does it? It only happens...
No, you have to have seen them before.
Yeah.
And then you know.
That, I
and
think,
there's
is
now
good,
like
then.
a hotkey on the main battle menu for Pokeballs.
That's amazing,
Which is sweet.
yeah.
It's just all these little things that are just really quality
And
of
I
life.
know they've got rid of the gyms.
Yeah, gyms are gone. They've been replaced with these trials, unique challenges. Like there's the one they gave you in the demo is ostensibly Pokemon Snap,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
and
You're finding certain Pokemon and taking pictures, and then you fight them.
yeah, pretty
Nice.
much. And just generally, it seems really like they've really gone like the whole hog with this sort of thing.
Goddamn, I wasn't planning to get these, and now I'm like reconsidering. Goddamn.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Sun and Moon, especially now. And in general, I'm liking a few of the designs. I'm kind of got mixed reactions, but two of the starters look good.
I actually like all of the starters apart from the Fire one's final form.
The
so-
Fire one I don't mind because it's a bit Macho Man Randy Savage.
So I do feel like we should clarify here. So the final forms haven't officially
leaks.
been announced, have
Yeah.
they?
No, they've
They're
not
not
been
super
officially
leaks.
announced, so here be dragons. It's we're talking spoilers
Potentially,
and
literally.
leaks.
Um,
Yeah.
the actual starters, like, I like all of the starters. The second forms are, as the second forms always are, that weird middle phase between being like the cute first form and the like kind of badass final form, and then it's just like, oh shit, how do we transition?
Yeah, and then Rowlet decides it's going to grow a fringe.
Oh jeez. Rowlet goes.
I
through,
love him.
Rowlet goes through. Its,
I
like,
love him.
My Chemical
emo
Romance phase.
I don't like the water types final form.
To be honest, I'm not a
I
big
do.
fan of any of the water types forms.
I'm a big fan of the water type second final forms. I think it's super cute.
I don't know. The second one looks a little bit like derpy, kind of. I don't know. It just looks.
It's like a little singer. It's like a siren. That's the point. It's like
Yeah,
a,
that's the point. It's a,
Yeah.
a siren,
a siren,
singing
an
you
archer, and a
to your
wrestler.
grave.
but it looks really just like, I don't know, brain dead.
That's not very fair. I think it does exactly what it's sort of meant to. It's meant to be like a, as you said, a siren
Yeah.
singing lovely stuff.
I guess the third one makes sense with that. I guess,
Yeah.
but
And I really like Rowlet's final form.
Yeah.
You got the bird archer.
The middle form is the stupidest of Rowlet.
Oh, yeah,
by
Rowlet-
far,
it's
by far.
It's great. And of course, there is the most important thing with Pokemon Sun and Moon, which means I'll be able to complete my turtle team.
Which is the most important thing. Yeah.
Oh yes, because they've added a Turtonator,
Oh my god!
which is a brilliant
Is that
name.
literally
It
what
is.
it's called?
Yeah, I can't remember its types, but
Oh my
one
god!
sec.
I just found it. Yeah, Fire Dragon. Holy shit!
Yeah, Fire Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
which is a nice little change for a turtle team. And I'll be able to add some more to my hair metal team.
Classification.
All Pokemon with
Doug
glorious
Trio.
hair. Alolan
Oh,
Doug Trio.
yeah.
Blast Turtle Pokemon. The
Yeah.
Blast Turtle. What? Also, yeah, New Dog Trio is horrifying, and I hate.
It's
everything.
California Doug Trio.
Also
Yep.
Persian. Also Persian.
Oh,
Can
it
we
is-
just-
Yeah, Garfield.
Oh my god.
Persian is actually the worst Pokemon that they've ever done, bar none.
I actually.
I actually
Oh, I was going to go away from the Persian quickly and say that I actually really like the Grimer and Muck.
yes,
I-
they're like an oil slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit oil slicky, yeah.
It's a really cool idea. It makes sense. I like it.
Also, shout out to Alolan Marowak.
I think he's
That's
pretty
still
cool. I like.
badass, yeah.
Yeah, the Fire Dancer.
Oh man.
It's very nice.
I like most of the Alolan forms. I don't like Persian.
Yeah, I like them by concept as well, because it's a good way to keep the old Pokemon fresh and potentially
Yeah.
getting some of the people that sort of left and came back with Go.
I know I'm in the minority and don't like Exeggutor.
Oh, I don't like him in that. I don't think it's a very good design necessarily, but I like it because it's fucking ridiculous.
It was already a part of the canon. The clues were there.
No,
Yeah, it was
no,
in the
no,
card
no,
game.
No, it was only on the card game. Yes, the Pokédex entry did not refer to Exeggutor's like neck extending. For
No,
fuck's
there
sake!
wasn't. Like Ruby and Sapphire, I think, had something like that.
It said its heads grow.
Oh well, I mean, sure.
Its heads
I
are the
guess.
same fucking size. That's the
And it's a
problem
dragon
with
now.
this.
I mean, its head. The head isn't just the face, Kieran. The head is like the whole thing. So
Head is not
and
neck.
like the neck.
Head is not
And the
neck.
neck.
They are different
And the-
things.
I would not
mean,
count your
it is a
neck as part of
the
your head.
It is a part of the head.
No, it is not. It is very distinctly. Your head is
I
above
think
your neck.
Executor Alolan Form is one of the best new Pokemon they've ever done.
I
The
hate,
design
I
is
hate
perfect
everything.
and
Holy shit.
and unmatched.
It is,
I think
however,
its
not
dragon
Voltron
typing.
fish.
Its dragon typing is extremely intelligent, and I think it's going to be great.
What
So-
about Voltron fish, though?
Voltron fish is pretty sweet as well.
So, Golem?
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, Golem.
The typing hasn't been confirmed, I don't think,
don't
but
think
it looks
it's changed
rock electric
that
or
much,
steel
though.
electric.
I don't think anything has been announced for those. No, they were just in a leak, weren't they?
Yeah, they were in the.
Yeah, they were
in
just
the, like-
pictures on the full Pokedex dump.
They look like they are electric, is what I think.
Wait.
I think it'll be like electric something. The golem, the new golem,
Really?
Alolan.
What?
Because yeah, they look like generators almost on its back on the golem.
Oh, yeah, and there's a toucan.
But, like, Boldor
There
had
is, which
that
is dope.
before as well.
And nose pass, I think you can kind of make that argument, or the Evolve one.
Yeah, it just looks like a rock thing to me. It just, like, might just be just rock as opposed to rock ground.
I want it to be electric. Is what I'm trying to say. I think it
Okay,
should be
fine.
electric.
Toucan is cool.
Yeah, toucan is great. And the Ultra Beasts, I'm actually liking the designs of.
They're interesting. I think they're very interesting.
Yeah, because they do not look like Pokemon, but they look interesting.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm definitely on board with them being parallels to characters.
yeah.
Wait,
So it's
which
the same
one's
thing.
this, sorry?
The Ultra Beasts, they're
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
yeah.
yeah.
This actually, we should mention about the anime. So in the anime, and in the demo actually, Ash has a Greninja who he basically almost mind melts with. And
That's in the game now.
Bit weird.
yeah, it is. And I think the Ultra Beasts are kind of meant to be more of that.
I
it's like
honestly
these
don't.
creatures which are part of the trainer. Maybe
I
it's not like
honestly
something
think
that
it's a
evolves
bit
into
more
it.
Full
but-
Metal Alchemist,
as in,
as
what do
in
you mean?
like
Some-
chimeras.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I've heard rumors about that, but I don't think they'd ever do that. That's
I
too-
like that theory. It is a bit dark, but Pokemon Gen 5 dealt with like animal abuse and child neglect.
Yeah, but I still don't think they'd. I don't think they'd do
So
that.
I'm reading this on Cerebi, and the first one does say it said that for some reason its movements resemble those of a young girl.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's just to do with the mind meld kind of stuff. That is my opinion. I
Yeah.
don't think they'll.
It's
I don't
really-
think they'd do it.
It's
like
debated
that.
that they're even Pokemon.
There's clearly some like
Yeah.
human interaction involved in these things.
Yeah, it's odd, and I'm honestly looking forward to the story because it seems they're doing something a lot different to what they usually do.
We'll see. I'm really excited for this actually.
Yeah, it looks cool. I'm just like skimming through the new Pokemon now because we don't
About a month, I believe it is.
yeah, probably.
It's November. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Holy shit! Is that just a giant mouth?
Yes, pretty
Probably.
much. That is a giant mouth.
Holy shit! One of the old
And-
beasts, isn't it? Yeah.
And the other thing on the right, if you're looking at the same article as I am with the list, is really weird.
Yeah.
Very angular stuff going on in a lot of the Ultra Beasts, so we're going to have to see how that turns out.
Again, they're almost humanoid in a lot of what they are.
Yeah, a lot of them
Yeah.
seem to be somewhat vaguely humanoid.
I think it's really cool. I'm actually really excited to see it. I still probably won't get the game on launch, to be fair, but
I will be getting it day one. I'm saying
Yeah,
that now.
me too. I am.
well, that's
really
cool
excited
then. That
for it.
means you guys can talk about it all the time.
Yes,
Great.
we will be able
Darn
to
tootin'.
report back with findings.
Cool. I think that's about it for today then. So, anything else to add at the end? Any?
Just that we've got 2 releases coming out tomorrow,
Oh,
which is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and the Dark Souls 3 DLC.
Oh yeah.
But
Dark 3 DLC will be pretty sweet.
yeah, those both I'm looking forward to, and there'll probably have to be conversation at some point about that.
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah.
But can't really talk that much about it because we don't really know much about Dark Souls DLC because it's Dark Souls.
I mean, and for good reason.
Yeah.
the more spoilers there are for Dark Souls stuff, the worse it is. So I like that they've kind of kept in the dark with it.
Yeah.
Because Dark Souls is super awesome, and it's the one game, well, it's a game which I always avoid spoilers on in every degree, even if I get stuck or lost. I always stay away from online because that game is so much
There's so much
better
depth to it.
experienced raw.
Yeah, it's about exploration and getting murdered and trial and error.
Dark Souls 1 is one of my favorite games because of just how amazing it is. But hey, that's a
Cool.
different story for a different day.
Yep.
Alright then, so I think that's it from us. So the next episode will be out on Sunday, which will be a wrestling one. And the new schedule, for those who don't know, it will be up on the website, but it's Tuesday, Sundays, Thursdays, and then loop in that order. So every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. 3 episodes every 2 weeks. So yeah, that's that. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed. And
Cool.
see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
See you.